A good morning to all of you. We're now into June, and wouldn't you know it, it's raining, and I did hear a little bit of thunder. Don't think the rain will last too long. It's a couple breaks in the clouds as is, so I don't think it'll be too long before the rain is done. It's mostly passed through overnight, and we're almost at the tail end of it. But one thing I did notice was that I'm actually all out of corn for my pigs. And I don't think that I have any corn in any of these bins. I believe all of my bins are empty. I sold all of the last corn I had, which troubles me a little bit because it means my pigs are not going to get the most nutrition that they could. And I do not believe I can even buy bulk corn. So there's a lesson to be learned there for sure, that we should never just assume that the feed is going to last long enough. Perhaps, if we were very smart, we would set up a couple of meridian bins. Let's say we set them up right here against this side with our basic ingredients that we need to make pig food. And then that way, if we fill those up first and then move over to the big bins, then we have guaranteed food for our pigs. Does that sound like a smart idea to you guys? Because that's what I'm starting to think. I did notice that field number 2, field number 12, field number 9, and field 16 are all ready for harvest. And I can show you guys that by flipping over the menu. So there you go. Now it is my hope that the contracts are going to be coming up here shortly, although right now they are not. And here you can see my base food is all gone, and base would be corn, wheat, barley, kind of like that. And then you'd have your canola, sunflowers, soybeans, all kinds of stuff like that. But we're not going to worry too much about the pigs because there is really nothing we can do. So instead of that, I'm just going to hang around. I'm going to fast forward time until a contract shows up, and I think we need to get combining some of these fields. None of our fields are ready, so there's no point in waiting for our own fields when there's so many other fields that we should be taking care of for the neighbors. And this one here is massive. If we could get this one, this would be incredible. This one here is right beside our field. We got a nice small one down here that one of our combines could take care of. This is again a rather small one. So let's see if we can fast forward time and perhaps capture some of these contracts. Alright, after just a little bit of fast forwarding, we were able to find 3 contracts. And this is the big field, field number 2, which is looking for barley. That's got a good little bit of money attached to it. So yes, we shall borrow items. And then here we have oats. Perfect. On field 9, that's the one beside us. We shall once again borrow items. In field 16, even there, we're going to borrow the items. Because I have a feeling that even with all of our combines going, it's going to take a little while. And this is wheat, so we have 3 different products. Beautiful. We just might be able to feed our pigs today yet. Although the base would really be soybeans, I would imagine corn or soybeans. But we're not worrying about that just yet. We got 3 contracts ready to go. We need to get combines in place. I'm getting this first combine set up here. And it still looks like the plants are green. I don't know if that's just a bad glitch in the game itself or what the deal there is. But we're not going to worry about it too much. I bet you anything that this is going to be the oats. Let's lower. Oh yes, it's raining, so we are not going to get too much yield out of this way, but I just want to get this thing into position. We're going to wait just a wee bit until the rain has stopped before we actually fully get into business here. Just trying to line stuff up. Alright, now that that's there. Ha! Nice. I'm gonna go jump over to the other machines. There we go, there's another combine. Once again, you can see that we've got a fair bit of semis that we can use here. And I want to put both of these black, what are these, fence? Yes. I'm going to put both of them on field number 9. Well, we had to wait until 11:30 in the morning in order for the rain to stop, and it's finally dried out enough on the field that we can actually get going. So I'm not going to waste any time. And I'm also going to be collecting straw for all of these fields as much as I can. We're going to take a look now and just see how much chaos we have going on. So we got 2 combines on field 16. We got 2 combines on field 9. And I also have a combine on field number 2 already. Just kind of taking a wide swath out of that. So it'll be interesting to see which ones will fill up first, and we do have equipment at all of them ready to pick up grain if needed, and I'm hoping that number 12 is going to also show up at some point. But if not, it's not the end of the world, is it? And maybe before we go too much further, I should probably save the game, just to be sure, because my PlayStation's known to all of a sudden just kill the game in the middle of gameplay, so we don't want that. Let me just take a look again at what we got going on here. So field 2 and 12 are barley. Field 9 is oats. We knew that because it was still very green. And then field 16 is wheat. So 3 different products. 4 different combines as of now. This should make for a very interesting episode. Well, so the chaos has started. 4 combines that need unloading. That is most amusing. I think it's kind of funny. But we'll get them all done. Slowly but surely. We'll get everybody unloaded. There's this one. The red one over there is full now. Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. But that's what we signed up for, isn't it? I believe there's yes. There we go. This truck will take care of that. I believe it's the combine on yonder side that is actually full, is it not? So this should be pretty good. I do enjoy the chaos of harvest time. Well, I guess once I actually do have a wagon load ready to haul off to market, then I'll let you guys know. We did run into a problem with our case combine, and that is that it cannot reach over this trailer. So I had to set the case combine up on the tracks in order to be able to dump it into this trailer. So I'm not going to be using my combine on this field. Thankfully, this is not a massive field. I don't feel like we're going to get into too much trouble if we only have a single combine here. But unfortunately for us, unless we want to use a grain cart, which is honestly more work than it's worth, I think we'll just use this single combine for this field right here. I know it doesn't really make sense to you guys just from looking here, but field 2 is over halfway done. I did rent the Colossus combine for that because there's no way I'm taking a tiny combine to combine that entire field. That would just be ridiculous. So field 2 is probably going to be the first one done. And then after that, I'll put the Colossus up on field number 9. Maybe grab one of those black ones, put it on to field number 16. And then that should help expedite everything a little more. So the this one here, the Colossus, does really wide swaths. It has an unreal header is what they call it, so it can do amazingly wide swaths. And yeah, otherwise this gameplay would take entirely too long if we just use small combines. The episode would probably be a couple hours long, and we don't have time for that. We gotta get boogieing. But you can see it is massive, just massive. Look at the timing on this combine here. Had like one tiny little strip left, and nope, I'm full. Simply cannot move any further. That honestly, you'd think for the hopper he's got, he could have, you know, done the 2 feet further, but hey, who are we to judge? I guess if he figures he's full, he's full. But I'm jumping on in there, and I am gonna cut that last little strip there. Beautiful. Turn off, because I'm moving this combine over to the other field now. There we are. Because this one is going to help over there on field 16 for right now. I feel like that needs to be taken care of yet. And we're going to move the Colossus, which is the one on field number 2. That one is actually all done. Can you believe that? It's already done. It's pretty amazing when you have a monster machine like it is, how fast that thing can harvest. This is not the preferred way to move across a field, but there's so many signs. I don't want to knock them all down. Anyway, off this guy goes. We're going to have some weird swaths, but that's okay. And I believe this other combine here was just about full. So let's move this truck over there, and we'll see if we can get that combine. There he is. That's the Colossus right there. He is pretty well full. We'll get him unloaded, and I think that we can bring this off to the elevator. Look at that. Did I not call it? Just like that. Yeah, I think it's about just over 10,000 liters this thing dumps at once. So I got a funny feeling this thing will be pretty well full by the time this combine's empty. And we can pretty much take that to the elevator, like I said. And that'll be unload number 1. Finally a trailer that's empty. So this is supposed to be going off to the gate B, as in Bob. And that's not hard to do at all. We can simply move it on over here, and off it goes. We'll have that dumped in just a minute. And wouldn't you know it, there's a lot of grain we gotta haul yet. Our field 2 is all complete, so I'm still waiting. Wow, I cannot speak today. What's with all the contractions? Makes no sense. You'd think I was in labor the way I'm using contractions. Oh my goodness, that's a stupid joke. Wow. Any of you guys dads out there, you'll understand that one. That was absolutely horrible for a joke. Anyway, truck's going back to field 16. And as soon as I can just manage to get 3 seconds worth of time, I'm going to move the Colossus over to field 9, which still hasn't happened. It's been busy. Good times. Here we have the Colossus combine. I've dropped off the header at a field because it is entirely too wide. But you can see from the hopper, this thing can do well over 1 million. I think it's 1.5 million liters that you can fit in this thing. So yeah, that's the unreal aspect of it. But it's one of those, if I need help with one of the ginormous fields, this is the combine to go with. And it costs about 18,000 to rent, so I make it well worth my while. And yes, it looks like we will be dumping at pit number 2. Oh. And hopefully I can stop this in time to actually, let's see, how's that? It says 41%. So I want to see if I can stop this thing before we lose all of the goodies here. What do we got? 61. Alright, it's not really dumping into the pit. Doesn't matter. Oh, how about now? 81. Oh, look at that. We're having a little bit of fun with this. Oh, there it is. 50,000 I already have in grain that we dropped extra. The rest of this is coming home. 49,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, I'm gonna wheel this combine on home and see if I can get this unloaded maybe in a tandem or something. And we will see what we do from there. Of course, wouldn't you know it, that combine is full with half a row left. Of course, my trailer's full. And that combine is full and it's got literally another 2 feet left to go. But not to worry, I am bringing another tractor with a wagon out, and he's gonna come pick up the rest of the slack here. Yeah, you can see he's got what, 10 feet left in front of him. Just a joke of a little bit. And we're gonna go bring this on over to the elevator again, and then we can move on forward. The other field is coming along nicely. You'll see the Colossus is just going nuts over here. Look at that, he's just zipping right along. It's awesome. That guy is so fast. So amazingly fast. Look at the swaths he's dropping, it's crazy. Sometimes he leaves it on the road, which is not great. But we're going to collect all of that. And once that's all collected, we're going to have the biggest pile of straw you ever did see. I'm still trying to come up with a way that we can store all of it, because straw can be used as a silage agent too, as well as, you know, bedding, stuff like that. We can also sell it. I think I could probably fill an entire train just with straw if I really wanted to. We'll have to see how that goes. Play it by ear, I guess. Well, field 16 is all done, as well as, oh, I shouldn't have shut that off, as well as field number 9. Now it's just time to make all these deliveries and then we can jump on field 12. It's been hectic, hasn't it? Just been running pretty steady. Well, that's good. You know, this trailer actually came in clutch, 95% full. That's beautiful. Probably could not have measured that out better if I'd tried. Lovely. So yes, that truck is going to be going off to the, in fact, why don't we're going to send this feller on over right about there, and like that. And here you can see I've kind of just thrown everybody into the field there because I was just trying to get everyone out of the way. That was my biggest thing. Well, we're going to get rolling here. We need to unload everything and see what our net profits are. And I need to clean up all these swaths before they get run over too badly. Field 12 is still ahead of us. That one should be, well, I know it's ready to go, so hopefully we can just finish up all of these contracts before the top of the hour and we can just snag that field 12 as well. That would be amazing. Try not to hold him up, but I do want to stay on the road as much as possible. Okay, so this here's field 9. I'm gonna have to check on the check and see what we got for location for field number 9. Oh, it's 12 now. Well, we tried. We tried. It's okay. We're still making good bang for our buck. There's the truck right there. Okay. Before we jump any further, quickly go and check field number 9. That is going to gate number 1. See? And this is why I check first. Always gotta check first. Otherwise I could have dumped it all in the wrong spot and I would have been in all kinds of trouble. Oh, good, we have the tailgate. That's perfect. How did we do? 75. That's it. Oh, we made a little bit of coin there. Still got some 12,000 left in the wagon. Beautiful. So that is that one completed. I'm going to leave my trailer right here. I can pick that up a little later on. Now, on to this one. And I believe since this is 16, that would be gate number 2. Off we go. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-boo. Oops, sorry, just checking my phone. Anyway, back to field number, or pit number 2. Alright, I don't think we need a whole lot here. How's that? Oh, we're getting there. There it is. The rest of this is mine. So now the big thing is I need to put all this 11,000 something somewhere before I can go and claim. So this is, yeah, I'm not going to take the chance. I'm actually going to store it right in here since there's free rental here, and then we'll deal with it later, right? Isn't that a bright idea? Once I have my augers all set up and ready for putting stuff in the bins, but that's not quite yet. So I'm best off quickly dumping everything in the elevator. There we go. I'd really love to use this tractor a little more, but we'll see. Okay, what else we got? I feel like one of these units had a little more in it. Did it not? Huh. Oh yes, there was a trailer that still had some. Alright. Yes, let's go and dump whatever we had left in that trailer of ours into the grain elevator as well. And this is our storage facility. It's not something we're selling right now. Then, and only then, can we finally actually finish off what we had started here. Yeah, there's still 12,700. It's good. Oh yeah, I do have a tandem over there loaded up as well. It's kind of funny. I got some of my Super B as well. I got grain everywhere, coming right out of the wazoo. There we go. Once again, we'll bring this over to the side, ready for me later. And we are finally ready to complete all of our missions. Good thing that it's saving. Collect. Yes. And here I can accept. I have all my equipment here. Collect and collect. Beautiful. That gave me a fair bit of money. Alright. I think the Titan is still here. It is ready to go. And I gotta go find my tandem truck, because I gotta go set up an auger at these bins and figure out how I want to store all this stuff. So give me a moment. I'll be back. Back at the yard, and did you guys realize what I just did? I committed a very gross crime. A very, very gross crime. That was terrible. I had all that straw, and I was not going to collect my missions until I had all that straw collected. And here I go, completely blew it. Well, So much for that, I guess. Oh man. But while my combine's out busy doing that, I did want to, remember I told you in the beginning episode, I want to put some meridians here. So first thing I gotta do is find which meridians I currently have. I should be able to find out here. If we go under silos, we should be able to find out which ones we were using. Because I don't need massive ones. There's AGI, West Steel, but don't need those. We just need enough to make sure our pigs actually have food for the entire winter. Somehow I believe we have these here, because as I'm looking at all of these, how many slots they take up, all of these are -4s and up, but the one right in the beginning was a -1. That would be this one here. That was a -1. It says it's fertilizer only though, but at the bottom we can read, this silo can store all base game crops, seeds, and fertilizer. So it does say crops, and therefore, hopefully, it is not BSing us, and we're actually able to put all the crops in there. I'm just trying to see which way the slide is, because that'll determine where we can auger. But I do believe this would be proper. Okay. And how many of these do we want to pop in place? 1, 2. Oh, that's a bit far. There we go. 3, 4, 5. I feel like that gap was not right. 6. Yeah, one of them has a bad gap, but other than that, they're alright. Ooh, and I got them nicely tucked up close to the wall. Look at that. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. And yeah, they are backwards. Hey, as long as we can get auger underneath here, then that's all I ask. So let's open these gates right up, and we're going to get an auger over here, and we're going to start loading these up. And once these are full, then and only then can we focus on filling our bins. Okay, first up into the bins, we have our B train full of, I believe this is barley. So you guys probably haven't seen this before, but I did set up my drive over auger. This thing's really cool. I often wish for one of these in real life for the job I have in real life. But basically you can drive over this, and it's got like a little mobile pit, if you will, which is so awesome. Let me just see, we got to go a little further, and there you go. So now you'll see that we're dumping. I should go ahead just ever so slightly. So we're dumping into this little drive over auger, and that's dumping into the big auger, which is in turn dumping into the, sorry, lost my train of thought, dumping into the bin. This thing does wheel around a little bit, which I don't like, but as long as we get the job done, that is kind of all I'm worried about. You can see when it wheels around, it makes my life a little more difficult, but we got her done. Beautiful. So this thing can move off to the side. Oop, don't want to hit my nice tractor. Seeing as this thing is all empty now, I do not recommend doing this kind of jackknifing in real life. If you are not careful, you can damage your trailers exceedingly easy. So please don't do that. It's, how do they always say? Do not try this at home, I am an expert. Yeah, something like that. And I believe this tandem here, where did it go? I knew I had a tandem around here somewhere. Same product. We're going to go and dump that as well. Now, because I have that wide bottom on that auger, I'm able to use the entire tailgate instead of just using the little grain door. Because you're going to see the sides actually fold up as you dump, which is really kind of cool. So let's zoom in a little bit. So now just watch. See how those sides folded up? That's actually really cool. But I don't like how it drives away. I'm going to have to do something about that. As you can see how it just wants to drive away the entire time, and I don't like that. I want it to stay where it's at. So I'm going to fold it so it can't run away. There we are. That is so cool. You're empty. Perfect. And how much do we have in here? 48,000, so not even half full. Alright, that's fine. We've got something in it. Beautiful. I'll have to go and get the rest of my grain home, and we'll see if we can load up another one of these bins. Well, I think we're all done with cleaning up our grain and everything, so that's about a good time to pack it in for the day. Call her good enough. Then I would just like to close off by saying thank you guys very much for watching, and I do hope to come back again some point soon. I can't promise it'll be today or tomorrow. You know, I seem to have a few hiatuses here recently, and honestly the reason for it is more personal than anything, but either way, I hope you guys did enjoy that. We will see you guys again very soon. Till then, take care.